talk about superpowers. I want to unpack your superpower a bit because you have that instinctive ability to walk in, get clarity on where does the company want to end up, how are we going to get there, and how do we get the right people in the right places doing the right things. For those who do not have that superpower, you just leapt a tall building at a single bound, and we're trying to figure out how in the world you did that. So unpacking that a little bit, where are you starting at the functional boxes you talked about? What do we need done? How are you working with clients or helping the organization figure out what do we need done? Because we've got to figure out before we then start putting names in those boxes.
Oftentimes, the classic strategic plan out there kind of has targets and its sales and its numbers. I include milestones that have absolutely nothing to do with a KPI. I do a lot of those non-traditional milestones, getting to know your people, letting some growth happen. Where do you need to develop them? But more importantly, if there's a specific goal that is, let's say, out of reach because we don't have the right systems in place or the right process in place, potentially not even right skills, we have to back it out and making sure that we're building to that very specifically. And when I say specifically, I mean, are we training someone that has to fill that spot? Are we looking outside? Are we looking at the teams that may be outside of that particular function and saying, wow, Jane over there has those skill sets and she has one of those superpowers we need in this team. You can't be afraid of that. There's reticence around moving people around when, my goodness, some of these people just flourish once they're in the right seat, doing the right job, the right task, the right activity. It just makes them bloom. They find their strength. My superpower is only that I like to sit back, I like to observe, and I ask lots of questions and listen. Listening is really one of those superpowers I wish all leaders have. We're rushing, rushing, rushing to get things done. To spend time listening, observing, getting to know key people, having the empathy for a minute just to take the noise out and understand where people are can go miles, miles for teams.